Susan B. Anthony, born on February 15, 1820, in Adams, Massachusetts, is often celebrated for her pivotal role in the women's suffrage movement, but her contributions to abolitionism and social reform are equally significant. Raised in a Quaker family, known for its commitment to social equality, Anthony began her activism early. At just 17, she was collecting anti-slavery petitions, laying the groundwork for her lifelong dedication to civil rights. After moving to Rochester, New York in 1845, her family's home became a hub for abolitionist activities. Here, she met and worked alongside prominent figures like Frederick Douglass, who became a lifelong friend. In 1851, she played a key role in organizing an anti-slavery convention in Rochester. Her diary entry from 1861 notes her collaboration with Harriet Tubman on the Underground Railroad, stating, "Fitted out a fugitive slave for Canada with the help of Harriet Tubman." Anthony was a fierce advocate for total abolition and women's rights. In 1856, she became the New York state agent for the American Anti-Slavery Society, where she not only fought against slavery, but also began to weave women's rights into her activism. Her alliance with Elizabeth Cady Stanton in 1851 was crucial. Together, they founded the National Woman Suffrage Association in 1869, pushing for a federal amendment for women's voting rights. However, the relationship with Douglass had its tensions, particularly over the 15th Amendment, which granted voting rights to black men but not to women. In 1866, at the founding of the American Equal Rights Association, both Anthony and Douglass initially supported universal suffrage, but their paths diverged when Douglass endorsed the amendment, believing it was a step toward broader enfranchisement. This disagreement highlighted the complex intersection of race and gender in the rights movement. A significant moment in Anthony's life was her arrest in 1872 for voting in Rochester, New York, when only men were legally allowed to vote. She was found guilty, fined $100, which she never paid, viewing her conviction as a badge of honor. This act of civil disobedience brought national attention to the suffrage cause. Anthony's influence extended beyond her lifetime. She died on March 13, 1906, without seeing her dream of women's suffrage realized, but her legacy lived on. In 1920, the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, known as the Susan B. Anthony Amendment, was ratified, granting women the right to vote. In 1979, she became the first woman whose portrait appeared on a circulating U.S. coin, the Susan B. Anthony dollar, symbolizing her enduring impact. On August 18, 2020, marking the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, President Donald Trump issued a posthumous pardon for Susan B. Anthony for her 1872 voting conviction. This pardon was controversial, with some arguing it was unnecessary since Anthony never saw her actions as criminal, but rather as an assertion of her rights. The National Susan B. Anthony Museum and House even declined the pardon, believing it wrongly validated the trial proceedings. Anthony's story showcases the power of relentless activism, the importance of coalition building across different social issues, and the courage to challenge the legal system for equality. Her life illustrates that change often requires time, dedication, and sometimes a willingness to break unjust laws for the greater good.